Long before the ground actually starts to shake, before a single one of our fancy alarms goes off, something strange happens. The planet's oldest inhabitants, the animals, they seem to know what's coming. Now, this isn't just folklore. It's a real, documented phenomenon, and it raises a pretty unsettling question. What do they know that we don't?
And then, bam! For no reason you can see, they just take off.
They're diving for cover from a threat that hasn't even shown up yet.
It's this raw primal fear, and it just seems to come out of absolutely nowhere. So, look, we've been documenting this kind of thing for centuries. The mystery isn't if it happens. We know it does. The real question is how. How on earth do they know a disaster is coming when, for us, there's just complete silence?
To really get this, we have to kind of shift our whole perspective. To us, an earthquake feels like this sudden, violent event. But for the planet, it's actually the very last act, the explosive finale to a really long, slow process. And animals? They're tuned in to the prelude.
The Earth doesn't just snap. Before a major quake, the crust releases all these subtle signals, a whole symphony of changes that are just too quiet, too small, or maybe too strange for our human senses to even register. But animals, yeah, their senses are still dialed into the planet's frequency. So let's dive into the silent signals they're picking up.
Okay, first up, there's this thing called infrasound. As all that immense pressure builds up and the tectonic plates grind against each other, they generate this deep hum. It's a vibration so low that we literally can't hear it. It's a silent alarm traveling right through the rock under our feet.
And for the animals you see here, elephants, birds, dogs, even fish, this infrasound isn't just noise. It's a physical feeling. It's a sense of pressure, of discomfort, of some growing chaos that they can't see, but they can absolutely feel.
So, along with that deep hum, you've also got micro-vibrations. Think of them as tiny, almost imperceptible tremors that are rippling through the ground and water as the Earth's crust starts to strain. And this is where you really see how different bodies experience the world. Elephants can sense these vibrations through the sensitive pads on their feet from miles away. Fish react to subtle pressure changes in the water long before any visible wave ever shows up. For them, the warning is already there.
All right, this next signal is maybe the most disorienting of all. Our planet has a magnetic field, right? It's kind of an invisible global compass. Well, before certain earthquakes, this field can start to fluctuate, becoming totally unstable and erratic.
So for animals that use this field to navigate, this is a catastrophe. I mean, imagine your GPS suddenly going completely haywire. Their disorientation isn't just random panic, it's a biological alarm screaming at them that something fundamental about their world is wrong.
And finally, there's the smell of disaster. As the rock deep underground is stressed to its breaking point, it actually releases trapped gases. This is why you might see rodents fleeing what have become toxic burrows or dogs sniffing the ground obsessively.
So here's the crucial point. These behaviors we see are direct reactions. This isn't a premonition. The environment doesn't just feel wrong. It smells dangerous. It feels unstable. And it's sounding an alarm that we just can't hear. So why the panic? Why the frantic, seemingly irrational behavior? Well, because they aren't just experiencing one of these things. They're getting hit with all of them, all at once. It's a full-on sensory assault that tells their brain one simple thing: danger is here. And this gets right to the heart of the difference between us. We might feel a tremor and we stop to analyze it. Was that a truck? Was that an earthquake? An animal's nervous system is totally embodied. It integrates everything instantly: the sound, the vibration, the magnetic shift, the smell, and it comes to one simple, powerful conclusion: leave, now.
So this all brings up a fascinating question. If animals have these abilities, did we once have them too? Well, the answer seems to be less about losing a superpower and more about how we've chosen to live. It's about a fundamental shift in our own awareness.
We've wrapped ourselves in a world that basically deafens us to the planet. Our concrete floors separate us from the ground's vibrations. Our cities are filled with so much artificial noise we'd never hear the infrasound. We've outsourced our awareness to machines and apps, and in the process, we've become disconnected. We simply stopped paying attention.
And here's the real challenge for science. Researchers have documented thousands of these cases. The evidence is overwhelming. But we can't build a single machine that can integrate all these different signals: sound, vibration, chemistry, magnetism, the same way a living, breathing organism can.
And that really turns the whole mystery on its head, doesn't it? The question isn't, how do animals know? The real, more unsettling question is, why did we, as a species, choose to stop listening to a warning system that's been working for millions of years?
So what's the ultimate takeaway here? Animals aren't psychic. They're not predicting a future event. They are simply experiencing the present moment, the early stages of a quake as it's actually happening, with a total embodied clarity that we seem to have lost.
That we aren't disconnected from some magical ability, but from the planet itself. By the time our abstract minds analyze the shaking and confirm, yep, that's an earthquake, it's already too late. They felt it coming all along. And the most uncomfortable truth may not be what they can sense, but what we've chosen to ignore. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the hidden language of the animal world.